Good evening, Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Lauren Naish, and here's what's making news in your region. Canada Border Services Agency closed the Deer Island Port of Entry indefinitely on Friday. The Port of Entry exclusively processed traffic from Eastport, Maine to Deer Island via a ferry service, but East Coast Ferries, a privately owned and operated company, has not operated the service since 2014. The Deer Island to Eastport ferry usually starts the last week of June and runs until the second weekend in September for the Pirate Festival. Velma and Stan Lord, who operated the service for over 30 years, say the ferry didn't carry enough traffic to make it profitable. Travelers now planning to drive from Deer Island to Eastport can take the ferry from Deer Island to Campobello, then drive 45 minutes between Campobello and Eastport. A 52-year-old man from Maces Bay died on Route 790 in LaPro Saturday night after an accident that left another man injured. The vehicle carrying the two men left the road and struck several trees. Both men were ejected from the car. The 52-year-old man was pronounced dead at the scene, and the 25-year-old man from St. John was taken to the St. John Regional Hospital. St. George RCMP are still investigating the cause of the crash. NBCC St. Andrews hosted another successful Flavors NB event Saturday. 350 tickets were sold to raise money for the Harbor Lights campaign, which helps food banks from St. Stephen to Sussex. CHCO-TV's Rob Patry was on hand at the event.
And what did you enjoy the most about it?
The Kingsbury garden dish was absolutely delicious.
And what did they have?
I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it was a few different things, and it had a lot of color and a lot of flavor to it.
And did you eat at every single
I think I ate at almost everyone. I certainly went back to a few twice.
Really?
The Ross meal was also absolutely wonderful.
What was the Ross meal?
I believe it was the ceviche.
Oh, the ceviche was good. Scallop ceviche.
And we learned how to shuck oysters tonight as well.
Organizers for Flavors NB said they met their $10,000 fundraising goal with this year's event. May is National Car Care Month in Canada, and Bill Gardner, Doctor of Cars, is here once again to give you some tips to prepare your vehicle this spring.
As winter comes to an end and temperatures start to rise, we spring clean our homes, but we need to go top to bottom on our vehicles too to make sure they're safe and in good shape for summer driving. Now, May is National Car Care Month. I'm Bill Gardner. I'm going to give you some great tips on maintaining and protecting that big investment you have in your motor vehicle. Now, good place to start, cabin air filter. This filter screens out any contaminants that you would otherwise breathe in the interior of the car. You can see how dirty and contaminated this one is. These filters are in the passenger compartment of your vehicle and need to be changed out on a regular basis. The engine air filter, which protects your engine from premature wear out. You can see a lot of debris in this one. It's dirty over here, and there's actually physical debris trapped in this filter. If these filters become clogged, it hurts our fuel economy and power, and we certainly don't want any of these contaminants like grit and sand to get through and prematurely wear our engine out. Now, all of these components here, like the piston, the wrist pin, piston rings, etc., all these components, connecting rods, engine bearings, these are reciprocating or cradling, rotating components in our engine. And these components are protected by a very thin film of motor oil. So it's important we have a high quality motor oil like Quaker State Ultimate Durability or High Mileage protecting our engine. And importantly, we need to check it on a regular basis and make sure it's changed at the right number of kilometers and months prescribed by your vehicle manufacturer. And using a motor oil like High Mileage Quaker State Motor Oil, the Ultimate Durability is going to give you that protection. So there's no reason why you can't go hundreds of thousands of kilometers on any of today's cars. For more information, you can go to quakerstate.ca.
Paddlefest kicks off this Thursday in St. Andrews. The Music and Outdoor Recreation Festival will bring hundreds to the tourist town to listen to great music and take part in community events as well as paddling in the bay. The kickoff show will take place at Kingsbury Gardens Thursday evening with entertainment from Villages, the Modern Grass, and Les Païens. To take a look at the full schedule of ticketed and free events, please visit paddlefestmb.ca. Those are all the news headlines I have for you this week. For these and other local and regional stories, be sure to pick up your copy of the Courier and Courier Weekend.